Hi. Remember me? Cheers, man. It's been a while. That's gotta be at least honest. Last time I sat down to make a video, I got some rather disconcerting news about a close friend of mine, and I never ended up editing the footage, and anyways. I'm back now, and books. That's the easiest thing for me to talk about for minutes on end, so here we go. Recently, finished Rogues. It was great. It was fantastic. There were some stories in here that were less than admirable, but considering there were 20 of them, it was pretty good. It's pretty darn good. There's a huge, really pretty comprehensive review of this on Goodreads that goes story by story, and I do a little paragraph on each, and then I give them each a star rating, and then I rank them all individually according to each other. So it's pretty comprehensive. If you want to do that, I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'm just going to go and talk about this. This is The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I, of course, haven't read because, hadn't read because I don't reread. But this book is, it's very pretty. It's purple and gold and green, and it's got a ribbon marker, and it goes very well with the theme of the book, I thought. Dorian Gray is actually kind of interesting because it reads, it's a little gay. It's like the only way how to put it. The first couple of chapters are just like three dudes sitting in a garden talking about how pretty one of them is. And apparently the copy that I'm reading, the copy that most people have read, is what his publishers took. They took his manuscript and they edited it, censored a whole bunch of stuff out of it because homosexuality was nowhere near as prevalent and acceptable for their culture as it is today. So they took a lot of the homoerotic nature out of it and then published it without even showing Oscar Wilde. Now, like just in 2011, we have the uncensored version that we can read, which is kind of exciting to think that we can read something that was like intended but never gotten across just because of the time we live in. I don't know, I thought that was kind of interesting. It's 200 pages, it's a very light, easy read for a lot of the heady content that's in it. It's basically a dude who's obsessed with being beautiful, and he's pretty deplorable in almost every way, and I think you're supposed to hate him. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just weird. The only redeemable character in the whole book is, of course, a painter, because we painterly types, we're always the best. Let's be honest. What am I doing? What am I doing? As far as what I'm currently reading, those are the things that I finished recently. As far as the things that I'm currently reading, I started The Immortalist the other day. It says, "Death is an imposition on the human race and no longer acceptable." Reads the first sentence of this extraordinary, and then, yeah, you gotta open it up. Book. Weird, super weird jacket, super weird book. It's part of the transhumanist movement, apparently. It was written in 1967-ish. It actually is a really hard book to get a hold of, unless you want like an EPUB version of it. You can find it on Amazon. The copy that I have, which is, I don't know if there was a second printing. I got a first edition hardcover copy of it, and you can find those selling on Amazon for $900. I don't know why. But I heard about it through a YouTube channel called Shots of Awe. If you haven't heard of Shots of Awe, you should check it out. It's shots of philosophical espresso is what they're called. It was $40 on eBay, buy it now, and I offered the guy $30 and he sold it to me immediately. So I don't know what's going on, but I couldn't find it anywhere else for less than hundreds of dollars. So I'm excited by it. It smells like my dad's old gymnasium because it's literally from 1967. I like this though. The Immortalist, and then, hold on, I have to show you. It's got this really, like, almost creepy front cover. Ow, it's blinding me. Yeah, it's really creepy. Right? Kind of weird, black on black. I don't know. It seems kind of cultish. And it reads kind of cultish. And the guy seems a little angry about humanity, but it's interesting. It almost reads like Screwtape Letters, because you have to take everything he says with, like, a huge freaking grain of salt. Like, holy cow. It's called The Immortalist, an approach to the engineering of man's divinity, and then there's a little blurb that says, all or nothing, eternity, eternity. That is the supreme desire. The thirst of eternity is what is called love among men, and whosoever loves another wishes to eternalize himself in him. Nothing is real that is not eternal. And that is from Miguel de Unamuno. which is it's a great name. Unamuno. I mean, that's just fantastic. I'm about 20-some pages into this. Read the first chapter. It's interesting. It's going to be a very personal read, I think. This, I keep touching my hair. The subject matter is something that I'm very personally interested in, as far as immortality goes. Don't ask me why. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? I mean, immortality is pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty sexy subject. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. In that similar vein, I bought The Denial of Death, which is Ernest Becker's Pulitzer Prize winning work from who knows what year. But I shouldn't be buying these books, and I feel a little guilty that I have so many books on my shelf that I haven't read that I won't get to for a very long time. And then I have like this. This is an allegory that my friend wrote, and he's getting married tomorrow. That's crazy. He's getting married tomorrow, and then he's moving to Cambridge. But this is fantastic, and he's allowing me to write on it. This is really one of the things I'm most excited about right now. So maybe you'll get to see it in the future. It's called The Hill, and my camera ran out of space, so I had to delete stuff. I'm sorry. That was probably a very abrupt. Something. It was probably something. Where was I? Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, Stacy asked me if we should buy this book, and I just said yes. Immediately. I'm not the kind of person who says no to buying books, which is why I have too many of them. Too many, which is why I gave you Brothers Karamazov, and I'm really excited for you to read it with me. Another book that I have for you when you're done, if you want it. I have 2 copies of this. It's really, really good. George Saunders, 10th of December. A whole bunch of short stories. It's not a book you want to read in the winter. Found that out the hard way. This book is about cruelty. Good things happening to bad people, and bad things happening to good people, and everything in between, and it's beautiful. Really great writing. There's fantastic little notes in the back with the questionnaire of the author. And if you want it, if there's anybody even watching this that wants this, I have 2 copies of this, so if you want it, let me know and I will send it to you. But I have a whole bunch of other books, and I've probably talked a little too long, so I'm just gonna cut it off here.